Hey everybody, New Hampshire Hobby Logger, and it's November 23rd. It's a little after lunchtime, and just an update on what's going on here in the wood yard. We got our wood for the house pretty well set for this year, and that's a smaller split stuff that we like for the little hearthstone in there. And then we've got our wood that goes into the wood furnace, or our wood boiler over there, and we're getting stacked up and everything. It's mostly all oak here, but it's this stuff was a few years old. I just got it from a buddy of mine up on his land in there and hauled that in, and we've been working that up. But we got a kind of a dilemma that over the years we've been getting in lots of loads of logs and stuff like that, but one of the problems that we run into for our processor is some of the wood comes in and it's just too big. We got things like that. Now this deck has got to get worked up this year. We got monsters like this thing here that come in. That's probably 30 inches or better across. I don't like to get them, but I logged for most of my career, so I understand that when some of these things, they just aren't going to make it for a saw log, and if somebody's buying the firewood, then that's what they got to have. You got to get a little of the bad with all the good. So, but things like this, well, here's my scale stick. That one is, I don't know if you see it there, we are 23 inches. That's kind of big for the processor. My firewood processor really likes stuff that's 10 inches. And maybe up to, I can deal with this, but I have to really kick a lot of stuff back. That's 14 inches. And that's the problem, is the processor will cut and push some of that big stuff through, but I got to keep pulling back the bigger slabs, and that's getting hard on me. I'm not as young as I used to be. And that one's 18, so that'll probably have to get culled too. So what happens is they all end up on the bottom because I keep shifting them around to get to the stuff that I can readily do. Like this stuff, this is all pretty nice. We got a couple of bigger ones in here. What I'm trying to do, now that one's 18 inches, and this side of it's 20. Oh, there are a couple big ones in there, but not too bad, and I can deal with a good part of that. But we've got some of these big bones that have been collecting here for a while, and to tell you the truth, I'm losing a lot of wood. And if I'm losing a lot of wood because I can't deal with them, I'm losing money. And I paid good money for those, for everything about it. So I came up with a solution. We're going to head on down to the other side of the wood yard. So here's the answer. Here's the answer to the dilemma of the big logs. I've been thinking about this unit for quite a while, and back in August they had a sale going on the shipping and trucking to get it here. These things are made up in Canada. It's the Eastonmade Axis HO. That's a high output, so it's a very fast cycle time on the thing, and it's got a lift table on it that'll pick up those logs, and you can split them up on the table there. And so this is going to be a nice little addition into our wood yard, on top of the processor and whatnot. And then I'm hoping that this is going to work out well for things like smoking wood and specialty splits and that kind of thing there, where you have a lot of control over it and over the size and whatnot. Being a single wedge, you can shave off roast beef if you want. So I'm going to fire it up, and I'm going to put a little demo onto it for you. And then I've got down back, I've got another thing set up. But I guess one thing I have to really tell you guys about is the warranty. Now it's a 1-year warranty on this machine. I ordered it back in August, middle of August, and I just got it about a week ago. So it finally came in, and we were trying it out. I had about 4 or 5 hours into it, and this oil cooler right here ruptured. It blew a hole in it, and it blew some oil on the ground there and everything, so we shut it off real quick. And that was a Friday afternoon. That was last week. So it was last Friday, right around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I ran up to the house and I called Eastonmade up in Canada, and they had closed for the day at around noon, and they wouldn't open up again until Monday. So anyhow, I left a message there and told them my problem. And come Monday morning, I got a telephone call from them at about 7:45 in the morning, and explained to them that what had happened and everything. And they sent some emails and they wanted some pictures of it, so I sent them some pictures. I took the thing off, and what I did is I bypassed it temporarily. I used the existing hoses that were on it, and I just went from the valve body right there, right direct to the tank, just so I could keep running it some. Now, I wasn't going to run it so it was going to get hot, but because that oil cooler does function to keep the oil temperature proper. So anyhow, they said as soon as they had one come in, which was supposed to have been coming in Monday, they had a shipment of these coolers for their plant, and by golly, on Thursday that oil cooler showed up, and it looked to be in good shape. And actually, when I took the old one off that was ruptured there was damage to the back side of it. The fins were all pushed in on the back side of this thing, and there's no way you can do it from here. So I think it was faulty. Who knows? It didn't matter at that point. But no problem at all getting the thing in. They delivered it. UPS delivered it right within a couple of days of my problem there, and it was less than 6 days, and that included 2.5 days of the weekend. So I am just thrilled with Eastonmade. They stand behind their product, and I'm off and running again. I put the new one on. There are no issues with that. It's running good. I sent the other one right back in the same packaging, the one that had ruptured, and so I'm real pleased with their with their company. I can't say enough good things about them, and they've been responsive to emails and whatnot. So yeah, that's a good company to deal with. So if you guys ever have any reservations at all, boy, I'll tell you, I've had good luck. Anyhow, back to the wood yard. And so hats off to you, Eastonmade. In fact, hats on. I can wear that complimentary hat that you sent me, yeah, with pride now. So I'm going to fire this up and give you a little demo, and then show you how we deal with process the logs when they're too big. So hang on tight. Okay, so the round that I'm going to roll onto first is 20-inch diameter, and I've got them 20 inches long. So here we go. still have some daylight, I'll show you what we do to get the logs cut up and prepared for this thing. Okay, so I move the logs down at this end of the yard, and I'll stretch them out there. I bring them on over with the loader here, this little trailer crane, and then I have a measuring pole, and I mark them to the length I want. These particular rounds, I cut them into 16s because I do have enough for the longer stuff for the wood boiler now. That'll probably go me till February for what I have split now. So I will fire up this thing and move those logs into the bucket of the backhoe there, and then I can transport them right over to the splitter. So now we'll just hustle those right over to the yard over there, where behind the truck, and we'll set them down right behind the other ones there so we can keep them in order. But that's about it. So that's the process. But now I've got a way to get rid of those big logs and get my money back. Okay, guys, have a good one. This is New Hampshire Hobby Logger. Bye-bye. Okay, and for those who are wondering how much wood we have here, well, here, let's give a little scan of the yard here. It's all mixed. I've been running out of room, so any place that there's a hole, that's where it gets stuffed. You got some on the trailer. You got some on this side. This is all smoking wood right here, yoke, and got more logs in there, more down there. That's all pine for camp wood. And there was a load that came in that was kind of on the big side. Yeah, large diameter stuff, and that's right in there. A lot of that, half of that's probably going to end up going through that new splitter. So that's where we're excited about doing this thing. So then this deck starts here. Let me see if we can get this thing to behave. Come on, you're stuck. Here, we'll do it by hand, I guess. There. Okay, so we start there. Wrap around here. Here's the processor with the tumbler. Up in feed conveyor for that. The processor. Our log deck here. We had a bunch of rain here the last couple of days and everything's pretty soggy right now. And it's getting close to dark again. That wraps right around all the way down through here. So we gotta, I've been buying in like crazy for the last year. We ran out a year ago and couldn't get any logs in for a while. I didn't have anything left but a pile of sawdust. So we've been real busy getting more wood in, and now I'm kind of full. But if they come in with a load, you never say no. So that's it for the wood yard. Down, whoops, well there's one more thing. Down there, down in the gap there, beside the shop, is a multi-tech disc screener. And I load out the all that split wood into the, scoop it up, and then I trickle it down into that disc cleaner there, and that gets all the junk out and the broken bark and contaminants and whatnot, and then goes right into the truck nice and clean. So we're happy customers. So there we go. Again, New Hampshire Hobby Logger signing out for the day, and we're gone. Bye-bye.